everyone. Welcome to the Cancer New Moon. The Cancer New Moon and the Nodal axis shift. I got the nudge to record a quick little video snapshot for you. I talk about it in the podcast, and I've got more information in my blog post about it. But in a nutshell, we've got some really big energies coming through, some really big opportunities for shifting. And so what's that about? Well, the nodal axis shift is something that happens every 18 months. It's an 18.5-year cycle, and it informs the energetics of our eclipses. So for the next 18 months, our eclipse cycle is going to be in the Aries Libra axis. And before we get to that, I want to talk about the Cancer New Moon. The Cancer New Moon has a couple aspects that are very simpatico with the energetics of the upcoming axis shift. And one of the messages that continues to come through is that we are in this preparation time. We're in this preparation time now until about 2025, when Pluto fully shifts into Capricorn, not Capricorn, Aquarius, out of Capricorn into Aquarius. Pluto is actually right now retrograde back into Capricorn. But when Pluto's fully in Aquarius, that is our planet of death and rebirth, ushering us into a new era. So we're being ready. We're being given the opportunities to shift and to have realizations. That being said, the energies are intense. So if we think about the chart, I'll put up an image of the chart for you to check out now. And the image of the chart, well, you'll see, if you know what you're looking at, and if you don't, it doesn't matter. We have a cardinal grand cross. It's a T-square, and a grand cross is actually, there's all four cardinal signs are lighting up, and this means we're headed into times of massive change. We have Pluto in Capricorn, the north node in Aries, both the moon and the sun, as new moons are, conjunct in the sign of Cancer, and the south node in Libra. All of those are cardinal energies signifying that we're being ushered into a new era during this new moon. And this new moon is hand in hand with the nodal axis shift, which is going to inform our eclipses, which are going to inform our downloads, which is why this is such a cool cycle for us to really begin to embrace. We also have during this time Pluto square the nodes. So Pluto, as I mentioned, is retrograde back into the sign of Capricorn. It's spending 9 months this year in Cap, 3 months in Aquarius. Next year, 2024, 9 months Aquarius, 3 months Cap. 2025, full-blown Pluto in Aquarius. Pluto squaring the nodes is also activating this nodal axis shift, because Pluto is excavating. Pluto is inviting us to really dig deeper and to look at the things that we might not have noticed. And I'll get to the nodes in a moment. Well, let me get to the nodes now. So the nodes have been in the Taurus-Scorpio axis. North node, where we're headed, Taurus. We just spent the last 18 months in Taurus. Taurus has been teaching us about our connection to the earth, about this sacred place we call home, and about how we truly can embrace and honor being a part of a collective, the collective being everything that is living on Gaia. Scorpio South Node, where we've been. Scorpio's been encouraging us to look beneath the surface for things that we might not want to be true, or may have never even understood to be true, or things that we can remember. So we're moving out of Taurus in the North Node, where we're headed, into Aries. Aries is a big active sign. Go, be, do. Take this moment now. So Aries is going to be supporting us in moving with everything that we have learned in the last 18 months. The next 18 months are going to be a time to really embody this change. What is this change about? This change is about, as I mentioned in the broadcast, it's about our connection to Earth. It's about our remembering to ground down and to invite and to embody the divine feminine, and also to embody the beautiful harmonic of equal balance, masculine and feminine in all of us. What does that mean? This is why the South Node is moving into Libra, where we've been. Libra, the planet of balance, the planet of harmony. South Node is reminding us that some of the ways that we used to think were balanced and harmonious may not serve in the future. So I've mentioned a lot in the podcast this idea of cosmic justice. Cosmic justice may be a concept that we understand. For me, it's a concept that I get, but I get that I'm not even sure that I know what I'm talking about half the time. So the nodes are shifting. Pluto squaring the nodes. And the new moon, the seeding time, Luna in Cancer, Cancer, the motherly sign ruled by the moon, inward looking, intuitive. Sun and moon are always conjunct together during this time. We have something very special and very rare in the chart for the new moon. It's called the finger of God. The finger of God is when two quincunxes come together, typically seen as unstable energy, 150-degree axis from each other. And this is going to be a quincunx between Lady Venus and Neptune and Lady Venus and Pluto. So both Neptune and Pluto are pointing to Venus. It's a very narrow triangle. You can't quite see it in the chart. You have to know that two quincunxes will make this happen. And when they come together over the same planet, being Venus, the embodiment of divine feminine. I lead us through a lovely meditation to rediscover what her energetics might be. For right now, quick snapshot would be Pluto and Neptune. Neptune, the planet of illusion and delusion. Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth. Both outer planets, both subtle energy, are pointing us to the divine feminine, pointing us to remember the divine feminine. So it's going to be an exciting next 18 months. It's going to be an exciting eclipse season. All of this, I believe, is leading us to really be prepared for the new age that we're being ushered into, that we have the choice to embrace and optimize if we so desire. I want to get to next a reading. If you've stuck in with me this far, I want to offer an oracle reading for you. And this deck is the Angels and Ancestors deck. This deck is by the author is named Kyle Gray. So I'm going to post an image of 3 cards right now, and I invite you to, you can see which card resonates for you. You can move directly to the timestamp that will show you where you can get your reading, or you can just go ahead and listen along and see what gleanings are relevant for you. Okay, card number 1, Eagle. This is wonderful. So in Native American and Celtic animal medicine, the eagle is known to draw power and strength from the sun. So this is also indicating to you your connection to the sun. If you believe that Sirius is our inner sun, then you can also understand this as a message from the inner sun. So the eagle is strong, it's courageous, it's known to be a high-flying bird, to have perspective. So the overarching message here is that you have the ability to take things higher and to move beyond the limitations of anything that seems to be in your way. And when eagle medicine is moving around you, is swirling around you right now, it's encouraging you to understand that some of the things that you see may be from a limited perspective at this time. Some of the stuff, so this is great because this is about this nodal axis shift. If there's other people, maybe you're being in your life, maybe you're being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you're feeling the need for something to change, maybe it's time to take the higher road, time to just simply choose the high vibration. So if there's anything that could be blocking you from seeing a new version of a current situation, eagle medicine can help you to see. It brings the energy of healing and love directly from your heart. Card number 2, this is so beautiful. Card number 2 is the Air Guardian. Air Guardian is inviting you to shift your perception. So this represents the air element, but it's the spirits of the air element. And the air, as we know, is about our thoughts, it's about our mental body, it's about everything that's happening in our mind. So this is about overcoming any thoughts, any mental thought forms in the collective that you're holding on to, or that someone that just don't serve. And the idea is that this is a good time to lift yourself up from those, to move past them so that you can see the world, the universe more clearly. And this card is inviting you to lean on your guides for support. So when if this is the card you pull, this is about learning about your thinking patterns, maybe even recognizing that some of the ways that you see things could be seen in another perspective. If there are challenges, maybe what you're focusing on has a lot to do with that reality. So that would be about claiming your power. And then it's also opening your heart, opening your mind. And Air guarding is reminding you that there are always opportunities moving towards you. So this is not the time to focus on any, if you see anything in your mental body or any thought forms that don't serve, that's not the time to say you did the wrong thing. It's a time to really just see clearly so that you can and be prepared to realize as you continue to attract new opportunities so that you can actualize on them. Card number 3, so perfect, Druid. Druid is, the card says, is inviting you to hold the space. They were the wise ones of the ancient British Isles. They had a truly deep connection to Mother Earth. So this is also speaking to the cycle that we just came through with Taurus. They were connected to the earth, the sun, and the moon, and they were the scholars who created the Celtic tree language. So they were also very connected to the trees. So this card is really inviting you to, much like a tree, to root yourself down, to hold the space, to hold your station. If you're wondering what to do, or if there's any worry that's unfolding, it's time to move back into a state of trust. It's time to move back and to send your roots down. It's not a time to change or do anything drastic. It's a time to be, and be in the process, and trust that everything's happening for a reason. So just like a tree, this Druid is inviting you to remember to have strong roots, but also to continue to grow and to bear fruit. So this is great. So I offered this as a choose your own adventure type of a reading, but also if we look at this from the past, present, future, it's got a really wonderful message that syncs up with this Cancer new moon and the nodal axis shift. So Eagle's inviting us to realize that we have seen things from a higher perspective. We have some realizations. The air guardian is inviting us to continue on that path, to continue staying connected to our heart. I noticed if you listen to the start and the finish of this reading, those two have some very similar energetics and similar themes. So part of this transition that we're going through is, it's not going to be, as much as I say in the podcast, it's intense energy. It's not drastic. It's not going to be painful. It's a matter of being in the process, being with the process, being willing to work the things that are presented with us, being willing to shift and move as we see it with the Aries energy coming through, to shift and move and take action when we need to take action. That being said, the Druid card is really saying also root yourself down, and in the future with the Aries energy, not just, the shadow side of Aries is running off and doing all sorts of things like starting wars. Druid is saying, take those roots, root down. We just came through the North Node in Taurus. Now we're having North Node in Aries. So use those roots that you grew when you connected to Earth. And then from that space, bear fruit. From that space, take action. All right, tons of love. I hope this is helpful. Happy new moon and a happy nodal axis shift.